Imagine you've just hit it big. I mean real big. Cash everywhere raining down like you've hacked the Federal Reserve, but oh no, you have a problem. You can't exactly stroll into your local bank and hand them suitcases stuffed with unmarked bills, right?
Sure, let me just deposit that for you. Any plans for the weekend?
Not a great look. And this is where the magic happens, folks. The art of making dirty money look squeaky clean, money laundering. America's biggest money laundering operation didn't involve secret offshore accounts, shady dudes with names like Vlad, or even Swiss bank accounts. Nope, it happened right under our noses in a place we trust the most. Yep, a bank. Because when you want to launder billions, you don't use a laundromat, you use a legitimate institution, just with less bleach. To tell this story right, let's rewind back a few decades. The 1980s were a time of big hair, shoulder pads, and apparently big financial crimes. Meet our first star, Bank of Credit and Commerce International, or BCCI, a name that says, "We mean business," and not the good kind. BCCI wasn't just any bank, oh no, this was the McDonald's of shady deals, serving up fraud and corruption with a side of tax evasion fries. But we're not here for a history lesson on BCCI. We're here to talk about the biggest US money laundering case. You'd think after the whole BCCI debacle the government might be, I don't know, more cautious. Fast forward to the 2000s and the financial system is still playing the same song, just with a shinier piano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Wachovia. You've probably heard of it, maybe even had an account there. Don't worry, no one's judging. It looked like a trustworthy institution, but behind the scenes, it was like the financial version of a reality TV show where everything looks glamorous until you realize it's all staged. Who knew? That nice little bank down the street was secretly laundering drug money for Mexican cartels. Totally normal stuff, right? Wachovia didn't just get involved with a few shady clients. No, we're talking about $378 billion. Yeah, that's billion with a B. And this wasn't your run-of-the-mill money laundering, this was cartel-level stuff, and somehow nobody noticed. I guess $378 billion doesn't raise as many red flags as you'd think. Now let's break down how the world's dirtiest money became so sparkling clean that even the IRS was like, yeah, that checks out. Step 1, find a cooperative bank. Check. Step 2, set up a bunch of fake businesses. Easy enough. Step 3, funnel the cash through legit-looking real estate deals, because what better way to hide millions than in a penthouse no one actually lives in? It's the oldest trick in the book. Buy up properties in Miami or LA, let them sit, and boom, you've got clean money, ready to be spent on yachts, private jets, or whatever rich criminals buy these days. Maybe a solid gold bathtub. I hear those are making a comeback. By 2010, the US government finally caught on. The DEA, FBI, and even some bank regulators suddenly realized, hey, maybe we should do something about this. Enter one of the biggest investigations in banking history. They found that Wachovia had allowed these suspicious transactions to flow freely for years, billions of dollars in drug money. The best part, Wachovia's response was basically, whoops, our bad. Because what's a few billion between friends, right? In the end, Wachovia settled with the US government. A settlement that cost them, get this, $160 million in fines. For laundering $378 billion. Let's do the math. That's like someone handing you a speeding ticket for $2 after you've driven cross-country at 150 miles per hour. Brutal. So what happens when you get caught laundering billions for drug cartels? Do you get shut down? Go to jail? Of course not. You get bought out by an even bigger bank. Enter Wells Fargo, who swooped in like a knight in shining armor, acquiring Wachovia and all its dirty secrets, and Wells Fargo was probably like, it's fine, we'll just sweep all that under the rug, no one will notice. Fast forward to today and you might think, surely banks have learned their lesson. They must have super strict controls in place now. Yeah, about that. The truth is, money laundering is still alive and well. In fact, it's thriving. It's just gotten a bit more sophisticated. Instead of shady briefcases, we've got offshore accounts, crypto wallets, and anonymous shell companies. Because criminals have to stay on trend too, you know? Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm not laundering money, so why should I care? And that's fair, but here's the thing. When banks get away with this kind of stuff, it impacts everyone. Money laundering fuels corruption, drives up housing prices in major cities, and drains resources from the economy. It's not just some distant problem. It's one that hits closer to home than you might think.